Happy 2025, y'all. We made it. My goal for this year is to hopefully bring you guys some fresh new content. So I'm excited to start bringing in some fresh new ideas to the channel. So I hope you guys stick along to watch, and my hope is that we can also have some more conversations on this channel. So I'm excited for what this new year is going to bring. If you're new here, my name is Zipporah. Welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. It's good to see you. Let's get into today's video. So a couple weeks ago, I was scrolling through TikTok and I came across something called a 2025 hair calendar. And I was like, oh, that looks interesting, but I kept on scrolling. But, as the algorithm does, as I was scrolling some more, I just kept seeing it more and more and more. And it really started to intrigue me. And I decided to look more into this. So, by the way, if you know who originated this 2025 calendar, I could not find the original person who started it. So if you know who did, let me know, put it in the comments so that I can have some sort of shout out for them for being the original. But basically, as I was scrolling through, what it is a calendar that you can use for the year of all the different hairstyles that you plan on doing for the year. And the more and more I thought about it, I'm like, this is pretty genius, especially for my Black women, because we know how complicated it can be with our hair. Sometimes the hair relationship we have is a little complicated, and having something like a calendar will help with the decision fatigue, will really just make life less stressful in the hair department. So I decided to do a video on this and how you can create your own 2025 hair calendar and how you can create it for yourself, implement this to make 2025 a whole lot simpler when it comes to your hair. So let's get into it. I got my notes. We are going to walk through this and how you can create your 2025 hair calendar. So let's do it. Step 1, reflect on your 2024 hair journey. Think about things like what worked and what didn't work for you last year. So for instance, for me, as I was reflecting on my journey last year I had a lot going on, and the last thing I want to think about was my hair. And part of that was I had some wigs, but the wigs required a lot of maintenance and a lot of work to put them on, to lay them down, all those things. So I wanted to try to eliminate that process for 2025. So for me, that looks like, when it comes to wigs, having more of a bang style wig, so I don't have to worry about the whole lace process. So that's kind of some things that I'm thinking about as I'm created my 2025 hair calendar, was how to simplify the process for my hair, because that's really my focus, and how to just make life easier. Another thing that really worked well for me was braids. So previously, I've done braids here and there, but I haven't had them on too long. But I realized that having braids in my hair for a longer period of time has been really beneficial for me. So that's something that I want to incorporate going to 2025, is having braids for a longer period of time. So think about some things that you want to add to your 2025 calendar as you reflect on what worked and what didn't work for 2024. Step 2. Create some goals that you have for yourself for 2025. So think about what you want to accomplish with your hair in 2025, new things you want to do, new things you want to try. What is your overall goal for 2025? It may just be to have healthier hair. It may be to have more protective styles. As I was creating my 2025 hair goals list, some things that I incorporated were I wanted to learn how to do a proper wash and go so that I can wear my hair curly more often without worrying that it's going to be matted or twist to each other or dried up. I really want to learn how to rock my curls as they are so I can use less heat in my hair. So something like that is something that, eventually I want to incorporate and try and experiment with in 2025. Another goal that I have for myself is to experiment with color. I want to see what color really works well with my skin tone, and that'll probably look like experimenting with wigs and just you know, seeing like what color would work well on my skin. But or braids, it could be, you know, experimenting with different braid colors as well, but experimenting with that and see like what is my color. I feel like everybody has a color for their skin tone, so I want to figure out what mine is. Another goal I had for mine was to invest in a glueless wig. As I mentioned before, I just do not like the wig process of laying down a wig. So I want to try to invest in pieces that are either glueless or, as I mentioned before, have bangs, so that I'm just not doing that process. At least try to minimize it. You know, every once in a while I think, you know, it's good to do, but I want to try to minimize that process because I just don't enjoy it. And then last on my 2025 goals is to perfect my silk press. I feel like I have my silk press pretty down, but I don't have the texture in my silk press that I want. I want my hair to be a little bit thicker as I'm doing my silk presses, as I feel like it is when I get it done at the salon. Even though I love my silk presses, I want them to have a little bit more body to them. So I want to maybe experiment with that as well and try some new things to really get that thickness in my silk press. So that is step 2. Create your goals that you want to accomplish or that you have for your hair. It could just be one goal. It could be simple. It's really up to you, but this will help you throughout the year figure out what you're doing that year, experimenting with all those things. So again, we're eliminating that overwhelm when it comes to hair. We are now at the third and final step, which is actually creating your calendar. I use Canva to create my calendar. If you're looking for a template, I have a free one that you can use. You'll find it in the description box below. But you want to use whatever you can utilize to create your calendar. Like I said, I like Canva and I love Pinterest to find images and pictures to incorporate into my calendar. But some important things that you want to keep in mind. So you want to think about how you want to break down your year. So some people do every single month, they do a different hairstyle. It's up to you. You can do a different hairstyle quarterly. You can do it however you want to do it. On mine, I customized my template and I actually ended up splitting it into quarterly-ish, but I'm really just going to be rotating 3 different styles. So mine is really, really simple. But some things you want to keep in mind is your lifestyle. You want to keep in mind if you have vacations planned, things like that, as to how your hair is going to get done or how you want to do your hair. You want to make sure that you're incorporating your lifestyle into your calendar so that it all flows together. So for instance, for myself, for the winter months, I put in braids because I really like to keep my hair covered, especially I live in a snowy state. So we keep it covered. And then after that, it's going to be a wig until this snow and rainy kind of dissipates a little bit, and then I'm busting out the silk press. So I'm really just rotating between 3 different styles. I'm keeping it simple because this is what works for me, but it's totally up to you how you want to do it. If you want to have a new style every single month, if you want to split it into two different hairstyles that are rotating throughout the year, it's totally up to you. So think about how you want to split it up, again basing it on your lifestyle, and this will really help you create a accurate true to life calendar, because the last thing you want to do is create a calendar that is just not feasible for you and you have a new hairstyle every month that costs like $300 and it's not working for you. So really customize it to however you like. Again, I have a free template that you can use to get started, which also includes a section for your hair goals. And then you can download this and save it on your phone, download it, save it on your computer, however you like it, so you always have access to it. It's also something great if you want to give it to your hairstylist. Whatever works for you, do what works for you. So yes, it is that simple. 2025, we are just creating simplicity and ease into our hair journey, and we're looking good with it too, because we have a plan and we know what we're doing. So we're not out here looking rough because we got a plan. Anyways, if you have any questions about this or creating your calendar, feel free to leave them down below. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, Happy New Year. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.